Today, we're going to learn how to view microfilm using a microfilm reader. During this tutorial, we will first look at how to load microfilm into the microfilm reader. Then, we will go over how to adjust the screen on the reader to get a better view of our microfilm. This will include rotating the screen 90 degrees, zooming the picture in and out and using the autofocus, and then browsing forward and backward on the microfilm. Finally, we'll look at removing the microfilm from the microfilm reader. Before we can do any of this, we will need to have a roll of microfilm. If you are having any trouble locating the microfilm you need, don't hesitate to ask a librarian for help. Even once you determine what you need, it can be difficult to locate the correct roll of microfilm on the shelves. So now, let's look at how to load your microfilm into the microfilm reader. This is the microfilm reader in the William Allen White Library. You can locate this reader on the second floor of the library behind the printing station. To load the film, first make sure that it is right side up. The film should roll off the top of the roll when you load it into the machine. The hole in the middle of the roll is square-shaped. This will help keep it stable when you put it in the machine, as the spool on the machine is also square at its base. If you match the square hole to the square spool, the film should slide on with only a slight pressure. If it does not, turn the roll until the hole and the spool match up, then push. Next, let's feed the film under the camera. The end of the film should go under the white roller. In order to feed the film properly under the glass below the camera, be sure to use the button next to the glass. The button will slide to the left, releasing the frame with the glass. Lift the frame up and place the film underneath it, like this. The film should slide into place easily. Then you can gently push the frame back into place. It should click when it's pushed down. Next, we will gently pull on the film and get it to the reel on the other side of the machine. Be sure to get the film under the white roller on this side of the machine as well. Next, you will need to thread the film onto the reel. Now this can be somewhat tricky as there's a metal clip in the center of the reel to keep it in place. It may take you a moment to get the film under the clip. Once the film is threaded, you will be able to see the end of it on the other side of the reel. Turn the reel slowly 2 or 3 times to make certain the film is secure. Now, you can view your microfilm. Next, we will look at how to adjust the screen so that we can better view the microfilm. First, let's look at rotating the image 90 degrees. When you first load the microfilm into the reader, you may notice that the image seems to be turned 90 degrees. If so, you will have to adjust the camera. In order to do that, grip the camera firmly and turn it counterclockwise 90 degrees. Be sure to look at your screen to make sure that the image is straight. Keep turning the camera until it shows you film at the proper angle. You may also need to zoom in on the film, zoom out, and adjust the focus. So let's look at that next. Here are the buttons on the right side control panel of the microfilm reader. You can use these buttons to adjust a number of things, but today we are only looking at the zoom and focus features. The zoom is a rotating wheel. If you rotate it to the right, it will zoom in. If you rotate it to the left, it will zoom out. The button in the center of the wheel will autofocus the image. Once you can clearly read the content of the microfilm, you will need to find the specific page you are looking for. To do this, we will need to use the Browse buttons to move forward and backward through the film. The Browse buttons are located in the center of the reader, in front of the film itself. The red buttons move the film quickly to the right or to the left. The gray buttons move the film more slowly. When you are finished looking at the microfilm, you will need to remove it from the machine. This is much easier than putting it in the machine. Hold down the red backward button, the far left Browse button, until the film is pulled back onto the original roll. Then gently pull the roll of microfilm off of the spool. Now, all you need to do is put it back in the box and return it to the librarian to be reshelved. To review, today we looked at how to load microfilm into a film reader, how to adjust the screen to get a better view, including rotating the screen 90 degrees, zooming in and out, and autofocus, and how to browse forward and backward. We also looked at how to remove the microfilm from the reader. The creator of this video would like to thank the William Allen White Library for allowing the video recording of their microfilm reader for this tutorial video and the use of one of their rolls of microfilm. On our next tutorial, we will look at how to use the computer to save and print images from a roll of microfilm.